Happy New Year! How are you doing? Now's the day when everybody's getting insane and crazy about setting intentions and making New Year's resolutions and all of that. Well, let's cool it a bit, shall we? I got a different approach for you. You're watching this video because you are interested or concerned or preoccupied with the quality and the direction of your intimate life. Great, I got you covered. Now, I got a few caveats before we begin. Number one, nobody knows how things will turn out. Okay, no matter what you do, what efforts you put into your relationship, nobody can guarantee and assure you 100% that things are gonna work out in a specific direction. If you put in the efforts and they do work out in that direction, great. But there are so many other factors aside from your own efforts that are at play that please don't take it as a guarantee this will give you exactly the result that you seek specifically. Number two, if you're single, first of all, it does matter that you put in the work just for yourself. It absolutely does matter. You're never going to have so much time for yourself as you do right now. It might seem daunting a bit, but that's the truth. Okay, every stage of your life will have different challenges. The relaxation and the ease that you have when you're solo, you can't have it when you're in a couple. That doesn't mean that being in a couple is bad. It just means that there are some things that you're going to have to relinquish. So right now, the time that you have to invest in developing yourself, it's a gift. Use it. Okay? It is worth doing these even if you're without a partner. Secondly, or third, if you are in a relationship and it's not going so great, it's no guarantee that your partner will respond to what you're doing in the way that you want them to, or that they will do what you want them to. There's no guarantee what they'll do. But the fact that you're putting in the effort is going to give you reassurance. Okay, but I've done the best that I knew. I've done something. And it's going to make you more receptive, because the questions that I'm about to share with you, they are going to make you more receptive to, well, the requests of your partner, at least their perspectives. And that's also important. Okay, you got to have a lot of flexibility, especially when you're in a relationship that is in a time where it's a bit challenging. So let's get into the questions. The first one that I have for you, have you felt any new physical sensation? So I'm looking at stuff that you've done in your intimate life, solo, partnered, casually dating, regardless, okay? Have you felt any new physical sensations? Were you able to pinpoint what they were, how they felt, what brought them on, and so on? It's important to know, is there anything new that came to your awareness? And if you're looking at this for the end of the year, okay, even one thing that came up for you that was new in the year that just passed, great. What was it? Was it? You can take this upon further reflection if you don't have an answer right now, or if it's not clear, because I know the trickiest part is to describe sensations, okay? It would be great if you could, like you'd have more clarity. It would be extremely great for your partner, because I'm sure that they would love to know what stuff you're enjoying, what was new, how it felt. You know, I think a lot of people would be so curious to understand, okay, how does it feel for you? I get it, we're enjoying ourselves, but how will you feel? It's incredibly sexy to be able to describe and to give an accurate and realistic and real description, obviously. So this question, it's not supposed to get you to, freak out in case the answer is no, I haven't felt anything new. Use it in the sense, okay, what have I felt that was so intense and so beautiful? If there's nothing new, okay, what was a peak sensation for me? Okay, and be able to describe it. You can write it down, like you can think about it the whole year it's about to come. If you don't have an answer right now, hopefully you do have some clue. Number two, have you done any practice that has delighted you? Okay, solo, partnered with a lot of people, doesn't matter. Have you done anything new? Substitute the word practice with whatever you want. Kinky thing, played with something, tried something, doesn't matter. Have you done anything new for your intimate life that was delightful? Okay. No matter what your word is, try to describe that. Okay, try to put it into words. Behind this question is your availability to explore and what kind of stuff. And when you're answering, pay attention to how you feel. Let's say that this would be a question that your beloved would ask you. Well, it wouldn't be just what you're telling them, it would also be how you're telling them. And the emotion that you, like the intonation of your voice, all the stuff that they can pick up from your face, from your, nonverbal cues, basically, movements, position you're in. There's a lot of clues there. They will indicate to your partner, and if you're on your own, okay, these should indicate to you, how is exploration for you? Yeah. Is it a funny, energetic, or energizing, or enticing, or I don't know, igniting kind of approach? Does it excite you, basically, to try on, even if it's one new thing in a year? Okay, it's not that bad. It's not a tragedy. Even so, what was it? And how was it? And now let's say that you've tried something new and it didn't turn out as great as you maybe wanted it to turn out. Still, like, what were the emotions, or what was in your head when you tried it, or before you tried it, when you decided to try it? And then how did you feel, and how did you cope, let's say? The fact that maybe you had a better image when you decided than the actual experience. Okay, that's also, like, nobody can guarantee you that stuff will work out great. The best resource here is how, like, what is your spirit when you're doing these things? That's it, really. That's the more important thing here. Availability to try, availability to pay attention to your body, or willingness to do that. The spirit with which you do these things, or with which you explain them or tell them. And then how you cope with maybe the not so pleasant outcome. Hey, it's life. It can happen. The best partners out there have this kind of mindset behind them. And the third one that I have for you is, have you taken any moments, minutes, various times, maybe not just once, to practice for your pelvic floor, okay? To practice your sex muscles. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, okay? Have you taken some time to connect to that area on your own, okay? This one's just for solo practice. And have you taken the time to just sit with you and your muscles? Okay, this one's a yes or no. And if it's a yes, you can probably develop, okay, how was it? How did you feel? Did you have any new insights? Were you able to change speeds, change intensity? Yeah, because you can do that, obviously. If you haven't, why not? Still for you, still a good question, okay? If the answer is yes, I have taken, and this is how it was, awesome. So you can give details. If the answer is no, I haven't taken any moments to do that, because that explanation, what comes after because, will matter. Okay, this will be an indicator for you, what is stopping me, and this might also be an indicator for you, this is what your potential partner might be annoyed in you or at you. Okay, it might annoy them. Maybe you don't have time. Okay, that might be annoying for your partner. Maybe you don't feel like it. Okay, maybe you don't feel like doing more things, and that might be for your partner. Not enough to dump you, not enough to say no, I don't want to start a relationship with you, but it's still gonna be something unpleasant. These are the 3 questions that I have and explanations to go with them. Here's what I also propose to you, because the caveat is still valid. You can't guarantee, and I can't guarantee for you, that you meet the right person, that things work out the way you want them to, that the relationship will work out just because you're putting in the effort and the other person isn't. So caveat is still standing here. But here's my proposal to you. No matter what your situation is and what happens, I propose to you that you do work on yourself. If you care about your intimate life, if you're here watching, that means you're not just here because you're curious what I do. You're here because you want to grow or develop something for your intimacy. You actually care about what happens between you and your partner. So work on it. Okay? You can take programs. I got them. You can take practices. I got those too. Those are audio. You can take coaching. And let me tell you, the people that come to coaching are the people that realize, okay, my relationship is not going the way I want it to. How can I put in some efforts here, at least to do my part? That's what it goes down to. Everybody has to do their part. Otherwise, if you're the partner that isn't doing anything, maybe there's good reason for that. That can also be brought up in coaching and looked at a bit. But ideally, at a certain point, you want to decide, because if the status quo is great, awesome. You're going to be interested to just bring in new inspiration. If the status quo is so and so, that's still a good moment to start working on it. Best moment, okay? Best strategy. If your status quo right now is not so great, if you care about the person and if you care about the relationship, I would try even the smallest thing that I can try. Maybe I don't have time, maybe I don't have energy, resources, but I would still try the smallest thing possible so that I can move something. Okay, a lot of the practices that I have and a lot of the stuff that you work on will accumulate in time. It accrues, basically. And what you wake up one day to is, hey, I'm better at handling stuff. I'm better at being more spontaneous. I'm better at coming up with creative stuff or new stuff. I'm better at reading my partner or reading my sensations, states when I'm with my partner, and acting better with all this stuff. Yeah, I wish you a happy new year. I wish you, no matter what your life situation is, I wish you that you do the best possible for you to grow and to bring more beauty in your intimate life. And I invite you to try out my practices. Okay, they do work for the people that use them. I'll see you next year, or I'll see you with new videos to come, and I'll see you in practice. Bye.